even though we only have 1 hour and a half session with each other, is for you all to leave and feel confident and not feel lost when you get up on stage for the first time. I remember what that was like my first time on stage. I didn't get a posing coach, nothing. I walked up there and just showed determination and the will to compete, I guess. And I felt kind of silly. So we just want to make sure that you guys feel super, super prepared, especially my first timers. So go ahead and get back into your windows. If you need a drink of water, you're more than welcome. I know it's freaking sweltering in here right now. And once you have done that, go ahead and get back into your spot. Again, we're just going to kind of recap everything. So we're going to go back to the very tip top. We're going to look at everyone's mandatories with transitions again. Okay? So go ahead when you are ready and get into your front pose for me. We're going to call some quarter turns for everyone. And as we go, if we see you need any tweaking, we will be around to help. All right. So we're all holding in your front pose right now. Again, going back to posing conditioning, it will behoove you to practice your holds every time you practice your posing. So towards the end of the session that you do with yourself, I recommend holding your poses for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then from there move up in time as you get more comfortable and more conditioned. Ladies, go ahead and give me a quarter turn to the right, please. Chest stays lifted, your tummy stays tight on all transitions. It is not a time to relax. You'll get a quick reprieve when you turn around to the back. You can take a big old deep breath real quick once you turn around, but you're going to set her right back in. Because guess what? There's judges on both sides of the panel, on the ends of them. They can still see your bellies. All right, chest lifted, tummy tight. Go ahead and give me a quarter turn to the right, please. Excellent fluidity, ladies. Great job. Good. Our backs are open. We're not pinching those shoulder blades. We're ensuring that the elbows are not far behind our back. They're a little pushed forward. You should be able to see your hands out of your lower peripheral vision right now. Good. Chest is still going to be lifted in your back pose. If you're thinking about it, they're sitting essentially on the floor below you, okay? So if you are pushing your glutes back too much and your upper body is tipping forward like it's a little teapot, they're not getting half of that criteria that they need to be judging for you. So you're going to pull up and back a little bit, okay? Wrists are relaxed, hands are relaxed. Before you turn around, when they say quarter turn to the right, you're already going to pin your stomach in nice and tight, okay? They don't want to see any blown out guts. All right, ladies, give me a quarter turn to the right. Good. Everyone did excellent. I think a wonderful thing I've seen is that no one's rushing through their transitions. Of course, we don't want to take too long, but once we start rushing, we get a little bit overwhelmed, and that starts to read on your face. Not to mention, it can hurt your balance, okay? Beautiful job. Thank you. Good job, guys. All right, ladies, quarter turn to the right. Excellent job. Yes, yes, yes.
Cool. Very nuanced thing. Do you want to teach them turn to the back, turn to the front? We can do that. Yeah.
Okay, there's one more. You guys can relax for just a second while I give you a quick little monologue. Okay, so it's not always going to be a quarter turn. Sometimes they don't want to see your side poses. They want to get straight to the meat and potatoes of it all, okay? So that's going to entail what I like to call a 180. I'm not really sure what it's called. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So you're going to go from your front pose. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. All right. Front pose, both side ladies, turn and face the rear. So they're going to keep essentially the same transition, but you're just not going to stop at that side pose. You're going to turn to that back pose and give them that, okay? Same thing from back to front. You'll do your back pose. They might say, ladies, turn and face front. Again, same deal. We're just not stopping at that side pose again, okay? So let's go ahead and put this into practice. Go ahead and get into your front pose for me. So we're still going to stay on the same vein of using the foot that you have been using to turn you, okay? Same foot is going to be your pivot point. You're just going to turn all the way to the back and not stop, okay? Ladies, turn and face the rear, please. Yep. Yes, right side of the room. Good job. Our beginners are doing it great. Perfect. Great. So good. All right, we're going to go back to front. So ladies, turn and face front, please. All the way around. We're back in our front pose after we step together. Yes. We're going to do it a couple more times just for practice sake. Ladies, turn and face the rear. Ladies, turn and face front. Chest stays lifted, tummy's already in tight before you turn. Ladies, give me a quarter turn to the right. We're gonna keep you on your toes. We're playing Simon Says, y'all ready? Ladies, turn and face the rear. Ladies, turn and face front. So skipping that side pose. Excellent. Turn and face the rear. Really good job. We're going to hold you here for a couple of seconds for posing conditioning. Great job, you guys. We're very impressed. We're talking about you behind your backs. Literally. In a good way. All right, ladies, quarter turn to the right.
Your video is mostly just me. I'm
love
so
it.
sorry.
All right, traps are relaxed, shoulders are even. The shoulder that's pushing around towards the judges is not just the shoulder push, remember, we're also flexing that lat around towards the judges. Again, traps are relaxed, we're keeping the shoulder away from the chin. Wrists are relaxed. If I can come by and hand you a glass of water and it doesn't move, that's a problem. Excellent work. We're giving some last touches before I turn the rest of y'all. All right, quarter turn to the right. We're gonna give it one more round because we're here to work today. Give me a quarter turn to the right, please, ladies. Nice tall chest. We're very proud of how we look. We're very proud to be here. Wrists are relaxed. Fingers are relaxed. No karate chop hands. Holding here. Again, nice opportunity to practice some posing conditioning. Back shoulder that's pushing around. Again, she's not going to come up too close to that chin. Make sure she's set down. And then go ahead and give me a quarter turn to the right. Let's see that back pose. Excellent. I haven't seen any pinch backs today. Very good job, ladies. Again, with the elbows, we're pushing them forward in front of us ever so slightly so that we can see our hands out of our lower peripheral vision. And arms are not too far up as if we're riding a motorcycle or anything, remember. Quarter turn to the right. Nice tall chest. Tummy's already pinned before you move from that back pose. Good job. Remember, the arm mat is in front of you. The angle on that elbow is going to be wider than the one that is technically closest to the judges right now. So we're thinking right angle, kind of, right, with the arm that's closest to the judges, but an obtuse angle with the arm that's in front of you. It's going to the arm that's in front of you is going to almost come across you, kind of like a seatbelt, okay? Excellent work. Go ahead and give me a quarter turn to the right. One last round of 180s, and I promise that is all. Ladies, turn and face the rear. Holding here for a couple seconds of posing conditioning. Things to be thinking about while you are posing, doing your holds for posing conditioning. Is my chest still lifted? Is my tummy still in tight? Even though you are in your back pose, they can still see your waistline. So if you blow out that stomach, it's going to take away from your overall X-frame look, okay? Are my knees pushing out? Are my quads flexed? Am I engaging my adductors? If adductors are hard for you to feel, something I like to tell my girls, take your big toe, push it down into the base of your shoe. For a good majority of people, you can feel your adductors a little bit better. If you're not someone who needs help though, and they're already just popping, ignore that. All right, I see everyone getting tired. Ladies, turning face front.
Did you guys do walking? I think you can do a little bit of that too, like, what's that? Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to relax for a quick second. In our last few minutes together, again, we want to make sure we're covering all our bases. So we're going to do a little bit of walking. I did it with my newer ladies over here, and they did excellent, but I want to see what other ones look like because just because you've done it before doesn't mean it's excellent. No shade, okay? Just fact. All All right, so I want, again, we're going to look at go ahead and get on the diagonals again like we were earlier.
I'm just gonna have them like come out, mark their routine, and then wave and walk off. Yeah. That sounds good. I think it's much fun.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes, 4 minutes.
We're going to do it quickly. So what I'm going to have you do, we're going to start over here and go one by one like we were with the posing routine. But what I want you to do, when you come out and you hit your mark, I want you to just take your front pose, mark your routine. By doing that, give me a wave off, and then walk off. Okay? All right. Go ahead and walk in when you're ready. She's going to come to the center of everybody, and then she's going to hit her front pose just to mark her routine for me and walk off, because I'm not going to make everyone do the whole thing. We'd be here for a very long time. All right, next. Good, go ahead and hit your front pose, just mark your routine, wave, and then walk off for me, excellent. Beautiful job. Things to think about while you are executing this walk, as Sam mentioned earlier. Keep your chest lifted. Your tummy's still going to be in nice and tight. We're going to flex our quads when we walk, and we're going to be super intentional with our steps. By doing that, we're going to make sure we're not exhibiting any sort of jiggle that we may or may not have. All right? The judges are always watching, especially while you're walking. Hit one pose for me. We'll wave and we'll walk off. Excellent. Jamie. Wonderful. We want about a moderate tempo, moderate pace with these walks. We don't want to run out there like we're a track star or anything. We want them to we want to kind of take our time, not too long, right? But we want to go at a moderate pace so they see us in our elegance. And so we, again, can be intentional with our steps. Excellent job. Go ahead and walk out. Wonderful job. I haven't seen anyone do it yet, but we're not overthinking our arm movements either. I was telling my beginner girls we don't want to end up walking like a nutcracker, staying by the same arm at the same time, because we're overthinking our arms. They're just going to sway almost like they naturally would when you're normally walking, with maybe just a little bit more crossover in the middle. Go ahead. Wonderful job. Next. One pose, whatever you want to show us, and then you'll wave and walk off. Carla, go ahead. Good recovery. Wonderful. Next. Beautiful. Next. Wonderful. Last one. Let's see it. Go ahead.
There you go.
Nice smile. Oh yeah. Very good point. While you are walking, even for my seasoned girls, do not forget to smile. If you look like you hate your life, they're going to be like, what's this girl even doing here? You know what I mean? So, nice big smiles when you're up there. And I think that's just about every nuance. Is there anything you guys want to add?
Thank you guys so much. You all look fantastic. Do not leave right away because we need your picture of us all together. So Jamie, Sterling, if you